It appears that newly crowned featherweight champion Alex Volkanovski is down to fight undefeated Movsar Evloev in a recent interview with Fox Sports Australia. Talking about the credentials of Evloev, I know there's been a lot of talk about him getting this title shot or not. I think most fans do want this fight. Of course, you're going to get the fans who are like, Evloev hasn't finished anyone. He's boring, all this different nonsense, basically. So here's what Volk has to say about his first opponent in his first title defense in his new reign here as featherweight champion. Really good stuff here from Fox Sports Australia. Let's give it a listen.
I've got to ask you about what's next. Obviously, everyone will talk about the Movsar fight. I don't know how exciting or how excited people are about it. The Ilya fight, I'm sure, is one you'd love to run back. Where are you? Where is your headspace at the moment about what you would like to do next? Because there are plenty of options for you.
Yeah, well, I guess got to talk to the UFC. You know, I did mention Movsar. He's undefeated. I like the fact that he's undefeated and, you know, still one of the younger generation again, right? Like undefeated, I think for the legacy that would still mean so much. But you're right. Is that what the fans want? Is that what the UFC wants?
I've got to ask you about what's next.
So,
obviously, everyone.
Yeah, anyways, I got to give credit to Volk here. And honestly, we need more champions like this. Like, he could try and get, you know, a different name. You know, Aaron Pico just signed with the UFC. Like, there's a lot of names that he could throw out there as far as his next opponent. Yair Rodriguez won on this card. Obviously, I'm sure for the fans, that fight would be a bit more exciting. But glad to see Volk, you know, basing this off merit because Evloev deserves it. There's no one that deserves the title shot more at featherweight than Movsar Evloev. And the fact that Volk is acknowledging that it would be good for his legacy and all this different stuff. He does say the part at the end where he says, oh, we'll see what the UFC decides to do. I don't think that's him saying like he's not up, you know, up for fighting him. I take that more as, you know, it's a business, and the UFC, like we've seen with certain fights, they do tend to value entertainment over, you know, merit in a lot of cases. But the thing that I want to give Volk credit for is the fact that he is respecting Evloev as an opponent. He could easily go out there and say, well, this guy hasn't finished any fights and, you know, I don't know if he deserves it, but he's doing the opposite. He's acknowledging that it'll be a challenge, and it will be a challenge when they fight. I think that is a very 50-50 fight. As great as Volk looked on Saturday, you're fighting a guy who's undefeated and really has not looked bad in any of his matchups here. I know people say, oh, Arnold Allen might have beat him, or I'm hearing people think that Sterling won that too. I don't agree with that either. It'll be a good fight for both. Let's put it that way. And just kind of doing a quick tail of the tape between these two. You got Volk, who's 36, you know, turning back the clock, so to speak, winning his title back. A lot of fighters under, 170 don't seem to win championships at that age. And so he is 5'6" with a 71.5 inch reach. And Evloev, he is 31 years old. He is 5'7" with a 72 inch reach. So not that much taller, and not that much of a reach advantage either. So Volk will actually be fighting someone closer to his size. And you look at the record there, I mean, hard to deny this. And I know people, again, are going to go over the fact that he doesn't finish his opponents. These are tough opponents to finish. Aljamain Sterling, I think O'Malley and Marlon Moraes are the only fighters to ever finish him. Arnold Allen has never been finished in the UFC. Diego Lopez, never been finished in the UFC, although he hasn't had that many fights. Dan Igue's never been finished. You know, some of these other ones like Grundy, Lentz, Dawadu, you'd like to see some more finishes there, but it shouldn't matter. Again, he's got number of ranked wins here. How many of these right now? He's got Ige, Lopez, Allen, Sterling, 4 ranked wins. That is worthy of a title shot in my books. And again, I just wanted to make this video because I think it's great that we have a champion who's willing to take a fight based off merit. You know, he could go chasing other fights. He could say, you know what, I'm gonna, you know, I'll fight Ilya at 155. He's not doing that right now. He's willing to accept that Evloev could be his next opponent here, and I think that's something we should give him credit for. Personally, and just talking to other fans, a lot of people do want to see this fight with him and Evloev. There's going to be the, you know, the barroom brawl fans who are like, no, man, I want to see Yair Rodriguez fight again. Volk destroyed Rodriguez a couple of years ago when they fought. I don't think that, to me, you do Rodriguez and Diego Lopez, you do Volk and Evloev, and then after that, once Volk wins that fight, he can do what he wants. Like, if he wants to go up and fight Ilya, I'm fine with that. I don't really think there's anyone waiting in the wings. Yes, Aaron Pico's coming in, but I always remind people, Pico never fought for a title in Bellator, never won a title, so I don't think that's like an intriguing fight that needs to happen. I think they can just, you know, move on with the division once Volk decides to retire, because I don't think Volk has that many fights left. And I think it's good for him at this stage in his career, especially, to be like, you know what? I'll fight this guy, even though, you know, some fans may not be into it or whatever. I'll fight him anyway. So just wanted to do this video to give Volk some credit on this. You know, basically saying he's willing to fight him, and he gives him some props in this spot here too as well. So I wanted to give Volk his credit. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you want to see this fight next? I do. I want to see the challenge for both fighters. I want to see if Volk can do it. Volk's done so many things in his career, very impressively, and the next one up is fighting this undefeated guy who's a great grappler, great wrestler. wrestler, someone that has not lost in the UFC. So I do want to see it. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.